All right, so welcome to this demo of keeping sales accountable. Now, my name is Ryan with FollowUp Power, and one of the problems that we see time and time again is the issue of accountability. Now, accountability is can be kind of seen and used in the hands of different types of managerial styles. For example, you kind of got the iron fist accountability, like do this or else, and then you have the other type of styles that are like, here's the goal and here's how I can help coach you to achieve that goal. But one thing for sure, if you don't have a defined and like standardized sales process with easy structure, vernacular, expectations, you can't hold anybody accountable to anything. So what we've done is we've got a system here that standardizes and brings structure to the sales process, exactly how everybody should be doing it for their particular role. It's like we like to say it's like kind of having a playbook, singing from the same sheet of music, playing from the same playbook for your company. And your sales department specifically is so critical because most of those guys have ADHD and they don't like giving reports. And so and what we like to say is people lie about the numbers, but the numbers don't lie about the people. And if we can just take that out of the picture and we actually have some real numbers and some goals and we have expectations, then we can hold people accountable to that and then have everybody moving in the same direction, focusing on the right priorities, which is going to turn into crushing your numbers. So that's exactly what we're doing here is for goal attainment, ultimately to grow your business at FollowUp Power. And the way we do that is a few different ways. Now this is a homepage. I mentioned this in the other section in the reporting part, but let's just key in on the goals. We show a live number of what's happening against your goals at all times. So we have captured contracts. Now you can see in each particular individual, when you look at a drill in on an individual homepage, you're going to see how they're doing against their goals. So you have a quarterly display, how they're doing against their particular month. There's a lot of activity that is happening on a day-to-day basis. If you're not measuring that, you're really missing it, and you're cloudy and you're managing with a blindfold on. Really, it's like driving your car in the snow or in the rain without any type of visibility, and it's tough. So hopefully you stay on track, right? So we take the guesswork out of that, even for your salespeople, right? I mean, I don't know about you, but you have, not everybody knows how to stay focused on the right activities every single day. Everybody's going to use their Excel spreadsheet or their notepad they're doing. I mean, and so if we can provide that structure and that accountability environment, we're coaching people to become successful. That's exactly what we're doing with FollowUp Power. So you could see an individual how they're doing against their particular goal, and some are contributing greater than others. And so that's reflected. There's no guesswork anymore. So they see this when they log in. How am I doing? How, this guy had a total goose egg last month, okay? Well, good thing is he put out a ton of bids. That means he wasn't doing nothing, right? If there was no bids but then a goose egg here, we'd be in serious trouble. So with, at least for him, for his future sales, there's just a myriad of ways to pull this information together. But I'm going to go back to the company view and show you what it looks like at a high level once more. Totality of salespeople, totality of their numbers and their behaviors. Now, one thing in FollowUp Power that we have the ability to do is to establish activities that are customized for each particular person and track those by placing the amount of time that it typically takes in hours to complete that. What's the thought behind that? Well, you have 168, I think, hours in a week, right? How much time are we people spending in revenue generating activities versus non, right? I think it was a month, but let's just pretend you have 40, 50 hours a week. Someone's spending time, working for your company. How much time are they spending in those activities that create revenue, right? Sometimes you got guys project managing. That's certainly revenue, but it's not revenue creation. It's not sales behaviors. So we have, for example, like doing a takeoff, estimating projects, delivering proposals, following up, putting comments in. We also, in our system, it's really cool, you can set up some even more specific customized behaviors on your workflow that's really specific to you guys, like, hey, ask for a referral, or prospecting meeting. We have so much functionality in here, and it's a free trial. I don't know if you know this yet, but you can try this for free and get this set up for you. But what we can do is measure that, so that whenever they complete those activities, we see how they're doing against that goal, right? So if we're going to spend our time selling, quote unquote, and we factor in all the variables, and we say, well, this person's spending how much time a month on sales related activity, there might be a major correlation between how somebody performs versus somebody else based on what kind of time they're putting in. So like, for example, I'm going to go ahead and pull up this current month and for this sample demo here, and see each individual and who's doing the most. Well, you got this guy, he's in the lead, and I wonder how his sales are. Well, we can pull that up, right? You got this guy number 2, this guy number 3, this guy number 4, this guy number 5. And so I know that I know if people are doing the behaviors, then the results will take care of themselves. So have the front end measurables in place. We make that easy for you. Track and measure it, and then watch the rest of your sales process follow suit. And that's the power of this system, is it really creates an amount of discipline that everybody desires. A couple other things. Let's look at dashboards. Dashboards are really critical, where it shows the kind of how somebody's currently managing their existing leads and proposals and pipeline. This shows you right here in your face how many days old each of these particular behaviors are. For example, this one's 10 days old. This is going to be shown up in a report every single morning at 8 o'clock Eastern to the manager, whoever this person reports to, and it's going to go ahead and it's going to show a milestone report on how are we doing against the milestones. This particular guy is totally on it. There's no days late on any of these follow-ups or any of these other activities. Oh, we got a meeting 2 days late. So there's just no more wondering of what's happening. Shows you alerts. You also have the ability to add these to their personal Outlook right there. Makes it so easy. 13 days, 6 days, 5 days. The cool thing about this is that it's got a built-in timer, and so it's going to be like, as they progress, it's a due date, like 14, 15, those are going to turn red. And if they don't clean up the top, which is all prioritized by due date, it's going to start to, pile up on them. And then, I know everyone's got a million things going on, but this just brings accountability so that salespeople are doing the right things. And even if you wanted to see the quality of those, there's plenty of other reports. Monthly activity with or without comments, shows every detail, nook and cranny of what's going on. Use it how you will, right? But one thing we don't want you to be doing is wondering. We don't want you to be hoping. We don't want you to be wishing, right, or believing. We want to measure it, because we want to take the emotions out of it so that you guys can do what's best for the company, which is having your sales guys do the right things. And let me tell you, when they do the right things, they sell more, period. And I think every salesperson wants to sell more. So again, in these, you can set these reports up where somebody reports to somebody, right? So Jay Becerra. So Jay Becerra's got a situation where he's got estimates. If they're 2 days late on a proposal, estimate, or a follow-up, he gets an alert for everybody in his department. And so he's able to keep tabs on what's really happening. So other things to consider, there's gross margin functionality and number of jobs on the home page. I think I shared this in another section as well, but if you pay your sales guys by gross margin or by number of jobs sold, and not just revenue off the top or commission off the top, we're able to set those goals already in the system for you so that they know where they are against their objectives. So accountability is great. There's one more function I want to talk about as it relates to accountability. I'm showing you a particular individual. We also give you a sales process, not just a workflow, standardization, and reports, but we show you if people are following the process of pre-qualifying effectively. Now, if they do these behaviors and make them habitual and they're a trained sales guy and they're accountable to their goals, they're going to sell more with less work. They're going to sell more with less effort. So you notice that the highlighted green and how that showed up on the dashboard. As a manager, I'm really happy with this. I'm a little bummed by how behind schedule he is with his follow-ups, but I'm really happy that he's doing a great job pre-qualifying. And what that looks like is he's relating and connecting. Okay, did he build initial rapport or strengthen existing rapport? There's tips like first name basis, family, recreation discussed, sports, beliefs, occupation, tenure. All right, rules of engagement, right? Did you establish ground rules? You know, there's tips, agenda set in writing, perform the no, no, yes, find the problems. I tell you what, people don't buy your services because anything but there's a pain point, right? That's why people move, and there's a frustration, some kind of issue attached emotionally to the reason why they're purchasing for the most part in our industry that we're serving in construction. And so if salespeople are really good at gathering information, they could sell to that. And they're also gathering if they have a budget or not. So tips like ballpark, off the record, bracketing, decision process. You know, is it one person? Is it a low bid? I mean, did you ask, right? Is it one person? Is it a committee? Who besides yourself? How does your committee typically make decisions? When do you anticipate this decision to be made? What other factors are involved? I mean, if everybody in your organization is pre-qualifying, then and they're doing the right behaviors and it's being tracked, and everybody's going to win. So holding your people accountable isn't just to be a police officer. It's not just that. It's so that you can coach your team to be as successful as they possibly can be so that everybody wins. And we're seeing that with our clients at FollowUp Power, and we guide you and give you resources and training so that that can be a reality. So all right, well, hope you enjoyed that demo. We have a free trial here at FollowUp Power. So all you got to do is set that up, and so we can chat with you for a minute and get this thing going and opened up for you. So hope you enjoyed the demo, and we'll look forward to meeting with you and helping you guys out. Thanks.